So let's pause for a moment and let's talk openly. One of the more debated topics in the Bible. It's something that is it's personal to people, and we talk about tithing a lot. And I've seen other videos, I've heard sermons on it, but what does it really mean? And is it for the new covenant? I think a lot of people ask that question. They're seeking to understand. And I will tell you, the Old English root meaning of the word tithe is 1/10. But there's only one time in the Bible where tithing was a requirement, and that was during the 1500 years or so where Jesus came and Israel was under the law. There's nowhere, no examples of tithing in the new covenant, but it's mostly specific to sacrificial giving. Let's say this: giving to God is about honoring Him for the great things He's done in our lives. It is a privilege. But I'll tell you this, what we desire, things we want to acquire, things we want to attain, to keep up, can a lot of times take us away from that design and what God really wants. But let me ask you this. Where in Scripture does it say we can stop honoring God under that new covenant? If we honor God with our gifts and our generosity, we should never, ever stop doing that. Paul talks of the early church giving beyond their means. In 1 Corinthians 9, it says we should be giving to support those who are laboring in ministry. Christians in the New Testament, I think this is really important. Christians in the New Testament never ask, is this enough? But rather, how much can I give? So, should you give to your local church? Yes. Should you give to ministries like Pure Hope and so many others who are impacting both domestically and internationally? Yes. Is God worried about a percentage? No. He wants your heart. It requires faith, though, to trust God that He's going to multiply that gift to impact so many around the world. Generosity or generous giving is a tangible expression of our love for God. It's a sign of spiritual maturity. 1 Corinthians 16 says, put something aside and store it up. So giving isn't just because we're supposed to. It takes thought. It takes intention. But you want to do it because you want to honor God. And you remember everything you have is because He has given it to you. So just as we want to excel in faith, in speech, in knowledge, Paul encourages the church, that's you, that's me, to abound in gracious giving. 10% is not rightfully God's. 100% is rightfully His. So if we look at it through that specific lens and generosity and wanting to give back, 10% is just a starting point. He wants us to be generous with everything. So if we're reminded that 100% is His anyways, wow, our hearts naturally want to be more generous.